Ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen. Are you ready? Are you ready? Get ready, dog.
Coach, a very warm day outside by Minnesota standards, but then again, it is still summer. Either way, the AC is working just fine at U.S. Bank Stadium in the Twin Cities. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Detroit Lions and the Minnesota Vikings. Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line.
Waiting. Check, walk 54. And we heavy on the edges,
On 1st and 10, Stafford. That's caught by the big tight end, T.J. Hockenson. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
I do believe we'll see a little bit more of this as this game progresses, because when you can have that type of a game in the middle of the defense, it hurts them in so many ways, because most teams like to be strong down the middle. And if you can sting them there, that opens things up for you on the outside as well.
But that's where he, their big tight end, is so good, that middle third, the seam routes, the in routes. Yeah, you're right. Probably see more of that.
Yeah, it takes a lot of courage and fortitude to go in the middle as well, and he's got it.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2.
Middle.
From the 50, Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 32-yard line.
Well, he's looking sharp right from the get-go here. Tough division. They needed this kind of a start. But I think this is part of where scripting comes in. We always hear about the scripting of plays, how they're going to be called. Everyone dress rehearses their script, and right now they're following it to a T.
And for that opening drive, so part of the script still to come, right, partner?
Yeah, no doubt about it. We've got a ways to go with that. But you can tell that they worked on the script the entire week in practice, and it's paying off for them.
23 yards, the final tally.
His passing's been on point on this drive, hasn't it? Been very accurate, gotten the ball downfield, gained nice chunks of yardage. But now, in this situation, the field is really condensed, partner. So if he's going to throw the football, that have to be pinpoint here.
As I was going to ask you about that. Field shrinks, has to be sharper, but it's been a good opening drive so far.
Now they just want to see if they can cap it off with the bell ringer and put it in the end zone.
A gain of 3 brings up 2nd and goal at the 6-yard line.
The 6-yard line, the line of scrimmage on 2nd and goal. Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
Brandon, some of those windows that throw the football that exist when you're between the 20s, they don't exist when you're this close to the goal line. But as a former DB, I liked it closer to the goal line. Tighter windows made it easier to cover people, actually.
Maybe the first big test of the season here on both sides. This is 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And he's got his man. It's caught for a Lion touchdown. T.J. Hawkinson there to make the grab. And the Lions take it right down and score on the opening drive.
Touchdown, Detroit.
Stephen Hauschka for the point after. It's up, it's good, and the Lions lead 7-0.
Makes the score Lions 7, Vikings nothing.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go now. 60 Pittsburgh. Hey, let's go.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop. Behind the line.
Jared Davis on the tackle. A loss of 2 brings up 2nd and 12 at the 23-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12.
Come on, let's go.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Mike 96, Mike 96. I got it. Hey, 96 is coming. We got Mike 96. Watch one. Mike 96.
From the gun, Herbert nowhere to go here. He lost the football, and this is scooped up by the Lions. And they're going to get the football just outside the 10 at the 11-yard line.
Well, that's the down and distance coaches always talk about trying to avoid, isn't it? I mean, that's 3rd and long, and you just know they're pinning their ears back and coming after him, sometimes even with extra pressure.
And he knew that. I mean, he knew they were coming. He just fumbled it.
Yeah, he knew it. The offensive...
And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. Matthew Stafford, 2 touchdown passes in this first quarter. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 1.
50, plant. You ain't got nothing. Pilot, 64, weak. Hey, orbit. Check, Mike 54. 57. Mike 57. You don't want nothing.
From the gun on third down. Herbert. And nothing but green grass here, middle of the field. And he will bring it back. An interception return for a Lions touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick six. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. That'll be taken in the end zone. And they'll have good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3-and-out here or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard against is calling every play for a big shot downfield. You know, thinking you're going to get all these points back on one drive. You're not. And last time I looked, it's still the first half. I'm not saying you have ultimate patience here, but you also don't have to go ahead and force everything either.
Mike 96.
To throw on second down. Herbert nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jarrett Davis able to get in there for his second sack of the afternoon. Needs something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's third and very long. Well, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. Jarrett Davis getting him once again his third sack of the afternoon. So on fourth down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
Now a throw right side taken in here to start this drive. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
There's so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there that sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. Following the pickup of 4, here's second and 6. Stafford going to give this one off to Johnson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
Stafford looking to throw on 3rd and 1. And that will be incomplete.
A lot of contact there, but there was no way it appeared that he was going to get a flag on that one. Looking for it, but he wasn't going to get it. And as an ex-defensive back, you love it when they let you play and jostle downfield.
A 39-yard attempt.
And the 13-year man puts it through. And that stretches this lead even further. It's now 24-0. So he splits the uprights and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And still no points on the scoreboard. You're coming off of the 3-and-out. They're just looking for anything to grab onto right now, aren't they?
I'm wondering if someone's going to take charge in the huddle. You know, we always look to the quarterback, but sometimes it's another player on the team, a star, a veteran, someone with some excitement and energy. It's like, all right, guys, let's shake things up and let's go, because they still have an opportunity to make things happen.
Shake it off. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out, because if you control the line of scrimmage, you control the rest of the ball game, and that's what we're seeing here. They're actually playing in the offense's backfield, not necessarily just playing at the line of scrimmage.
An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports.
Break. Mike 51. Let's go one more. Hey, Charlie. Mike 51. Mike 51. Here it comes.
To throw on 3rd down. Herbert. And Jennings has it. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking 1st down.
Let's go.
That's a pretty good throw on the curl route there. 3rd down, and they pick up a 1st.
Defense should be aware for that, right?
They should be aware, but it's so hard sometimes.
It's not easy.
Because when they sell that route really well, you think they're going upfield, and they curl back, show their numbers to the quarterback, and complete the play.
1st down, here's the run with Cook. And he still has yet to get on track in this 1st half, as they're going to stop him behind the line. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll bring up a 2nd and 11.
At the 35-yard line.
Let's go now. 8, read. Here we go. Tight end right. Tight end right. Hit it.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down. Some of the fans here don't seem too happy about what we've seen in this 1st half.
No, not at all, and I understand why. They've looked lethargic, out of sync, and it shows on the scoreboard.
The Vikings on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 11.
Motion. Watch 10. Watch 10. Check. We go. 10-2 stop. I'm coming after you. Big grip.
Looking to throw. Herbert. And that is incomplete.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
This is away, and a very good kick angled for the sidelines.
The Lions take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking, because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense. Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Stafford on 1st down. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down.
Out routes are always timing routes. And if the timing's off just a little bit, it can really throw off a play. It looked like he led him a little too much there.
Yeah, there was a fraction of a second because he caught it, just couldn't stay in bounds. They'll try again from the 36 on 2nd and 10. To throw again. Stafford. He finds his man Johnson. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards, back to the 33. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
22. Go, go. Zebra.
Third and long. It's Stafford. This is Johnson. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first.
And the Lions first down.
250. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Hey, 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 hey. 22. Check right, check right. Hey, wahoo. Hurry.
Stafford looks to throw again. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Daniil Hunter. It'll go as a loss of about 8 as he gets in there to drop him. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on second down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Back to throw, Stafford. And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
To number 81. It's a gain of 15, but it's third down.
The Lions on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. Here it's 3rd and 3.
Stay 50, stay 50. Hey, check 24, check 24.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Complete, it's Johnson. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 23.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down carry here for Johnson. They'll get him to the ground at the 20 following a pickup of 4.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6.
Bandit. White.
Stafford. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
The Lions on third down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, here's Stafford. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. So I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. And that's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
Brings up 2nd and 2.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple.
Check.
2nd and 2. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Check Mike 57, Mike 57. Check pass, 57, Mike.
From the gun, Herbert. The open man is Smith. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Well, they only needed a small gain on 3rd down. They end up getting over 30 yards. So that changes things a bit. Here's a 1st and 10 all the way down at the 35.
57's the Mike. Watch 57. Check tight end. Let's go.
Operating from the gun, Herbert. That'll be complete to Cook. 4 yards on the pickup, and it'll make it 2nd down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
2nd and 6. He's got his man. It's taken in for a Viking touchdown. In for the score as they are now on the board here in the first half.
I'm not sure that they have illusions right now of, okay, we're going to score 8 times in a row and we're going to be terrific. But to get one, that was huge for them. That has to feel much better right now.
And you do have, we're still in the first half. You do have the entire second half. There's something about that goose egg that just looked bad on that board, but now they've broken it.
Yeah, broken through. Can they maintain the pace? We'll see as we go along.
Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And last time they were able to churn some clock. They got the field goal, added on to their lead. But that was a drive that was so long, it should have ended in a touchdown. You know that's how they felt.
And we'll both be headed to the airport after the game. But we probably should go to the post-game press conference because someone's going to ask the head coach about this drive, and he's going to profess that he was happy to get points, and we know that's not true. Okay, after this type of a drive, not getting a touchdown, a huge disappointment.
39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10.
Big 20. Hey, 50.
Now Stafford. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Daniil Hunter picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
Well, that's the 2nd time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Check.
From the 50, it's Stafford. He's going to go for a big play downfield. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
11. Bravo.
From the gun, Stafford. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. This secondary has been roasted in this first half, but they get a measure of revenge there. Nice play on the deep ball.
Yeah, they're going to need a few more plays like that in order to get their confidence fully back, but that's one step in the proper direction.
Let's go. Let's do it.
1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Line of scrimmage, the 28 now as they come up on second and a couple. Now a run with Cook. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Let's go, D. Watch twist.
Twist on travel. Hey, Zoo.
Off the play fake. Herbert. And this one complete to Smith. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a first down. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. So they'll come up first and 10 now from the 33.
Drop deep.
Smooth.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. Yeah.
Operating from the gun. Herbert into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked by Tracy Walker. And his guys... They're going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
At their own 47-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Less than 30 seconds to go in the half. Pretty good starting field position, all things considered. You'd think they definitely have time to get to field goal range.
Yes, and you get into the huddle or you come off the bench here and you...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 20. That late in the clock, second quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Mike 51. You gonna see me in your nightmares, son. You gonna see me in your nightmares. Hey, Mike 51.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And this is Simpson with a catch. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. This quarterback now 9 of 15 throwing the ball, 60%, and it's first and 10.
51's the mic, boy. 51.
From the gun, Herbert. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes.
Brought down back at the 45-yard line.
So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend as we send you down to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for him. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
60 Pittsburgh.
A gain of 2. Brings
Hey,
up second
Oregon.
and 8 at the 40-yard line.
57's the mic. 57's the mic. That's right, baby. They don't want
Looking to throw on second down. Herbert, that's complete to the receiver, Thielen. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
Well, they obviously red man covers their partner, and he got downfield, broke down the defender, made him
What do you mean by that, Bert?
Yeah, he made him think he was going to run a different route. Probably thought he was going to take it upfield. Then he curls back inside for the completion.
They get 14 there. First down, Vikings.
91.
From the 34 now, here's first and 10.
Alpha.
First and 10 at the 34-yard line.
57. Woo-hoo. 57. Mike, 57. Check pass, check pass. 57's Mike. Mike 57. Hey, what?
Snap.
Operating from the gun. Herbert. His throw caught at about the 5. And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. That goes for a gain of 31. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game.
Check 6 down.
Hey, Echo. Ready?
They'll look to throw again, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. From 3 yards out, and the Vikings are able to cut into that deficit. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They had that first half lead, but they have been shut down here in this third quarter, so time to retool a bit.
And probably need to tap into that emotional vein that gets them back to really playing hard and effectively. Because a lot of times we think it's just play calls and this isn't working and they're shutting them down. Sometimes when you get a lead, you lose your edge. You don't play quite as hard. That's what they're looking for here.
Trying to get that edge back as they've watched this lead shrink a little. On second and 9, Stafford. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on third and 9. Here's Stafford. Johnson's got it complete. 15 yards for the Lions there on a first down. He's such a good route runner. Shows it there on third down. Very proficient and a good pass.
And you know what I've observed over the years in the NFL? The better a route runner you are, the more confidence your guy's going to have in you to go to you in important times because he can trust you being in the right spot, and they connected there and picked up a first down.
On second and 11 now. Stafford. He gets this one to Johnson. Call it a gain of 5. And they're going to face a third down. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys in plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Detroit. A big play there. 56 yards. And the Lions are able to extend their lead.
That drive that really increased their cushion felt very military to me. Very precise, methodical. That's one of the words you've taught me. And they just got it done.
And slowly but surely now starting to pull away a little bit. Things looking good for them here in the third quarter.
Not only pulling away, but you mentioned that slowly but surely. You also drain clock, too, with a drive like that. So you really give yourself an advantage.
Hauschka now for the extra point. And that one pushes the lead up to an even 20. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Vikings take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Come on,
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. They did what they had to do to start this third quarter, went down, got the touchdown to cut the lead, but the matching touchdown a moment ago, and we're right back where we started at halftime.
Yeah, you're exactly right, partner. They had a little bounce in their step after scoring that first touchdown, but the defense gave one up, and that's the problem right now. Can they get better play from their defense while they continue to score on offense?
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. From the gun, it's a give to Cook. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. Following the good run by Cook, here's another 1st and 10. Off play action. Herbert. He's got the hook up with Conley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get 15 and a Vikings first down. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Hey, Charlie.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Double dog. That's the way.
Hit it.
Back to throw. Herbert. Wide open receiver complete. 12 yards there. First down, Vikings.
To win any route, you've got to break down the defender, and that's exactly what happened here on this really nicely executed curl route.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Deep grip.
From the gun, Herbert. Nowhere to turn here, and he's going to go down. Back at about the 37-yard line. Jared Davis. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack.
Go. Get it.
2nd and 14. Going to throw right side here, complete. And it's going to be another first down as they'll get him to the ground at the Lions' 20-yard line. Under a minute to go in this third quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
57 to Mike. 57 to Mike. He's tired of me. He's tired of us. Hey, check Mike 57. Mike 57.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Irv Smith Jr. already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Vikings are able to close the gap just a bit. Gonzalez good on the extra point. And that cuts this lead down to 13. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, They need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Stafford. That'll be taken in there by Kenny Galladay. The play began back at the 23, and they pick up 23. He's played a great game. It continues right there, even with this lead, confident to throw the pass and have the reception made.
There's no doubt who the leader of their team is there? There's no doubt who they want to ride all the way to the finish, because strategy would tell you run the football, run the clock down. Instead, they're letting him throw it because they feel that confident in what he's getting done.
And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. He'll get a dozen there, and the Lions have a first down.
First down, Detroit.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
50-50.
Throwing is Stafford. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Ben Gideon coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
55. Right there in the middle. 55.
Hey, 5-0.
Mike,
From the 50, Stafford. Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call. So we race the flag. They decline it.
And did they use the big eraser, or was that the one at the end of the number 2 pencil?
Well, I was thinking the 2x2-inch ones that you can buy and use in addition to the pencil.
And those last forever.
A long time.
No doubt.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long.
Watch the pass. Hey, Red. Shit. Hey, check 24.
Faking the give to Johnson. Now it's Stafford. Looking deep downfield. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Let's go.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Following the penalty, it's Johnson. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Starting to become a tough spot for this defense. You're down 4th quarter, looking a little fatigued maybe on that side of the ball.
Partner, we've seen this before, haven't we? Because every coach we've ever talked to says body language is important. And now you're seeing guys with their hands on their hips, they're bent over, hands on their knees. And the offensive guys are just saying, let's just keep running it out. And we've got them now.
And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked off by Mike Hughes. And now nothing but green ahead of him. 20, 10. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Well, don't change that channel just yet. This one may have gotten a bit more interesting.
Put down the remote, put down the clicker. This one looked like it was over. It looked like they were ready to seal the deal. But in doing so, by pitching it around a little bit, it cost them. We could have a great finish.
Gonzalez to add the PAT. And the lead will shrink to 6. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20.
Check.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Things sure were looking good for them at the half. Heck, off the air, you and I were just saying they might run away with this thing and cruise to a victory. Not anymore.
Yeah, the cruise control has to be off at this point. Now you've got to mash the gas yourself. Again, who's going to step up and make a big play for you? Who's going to take care of business now that you're being pressed? It is definitely go time for them at this moment.
All of a sudden clinging to a slim lead and hoping to hold on to that lead. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Stay 50.
Stafford. Oh, a hit. He lost the football. Stafford puts it on the ground.
Another loss. Another day.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 7. A shotgun snap for Stafford. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Harrison Smith. So, my goodness, I wouldn't have thought this possible not too long ago, but that turnover there means we have a game again.
Yeah, it's been a completely different team here in the second half. I just wonder on the other side of the field, where the starters telling the backups, get ready, you're going to get some playing time. And now guess what? Hope they didn't cut the tape off of their wrists and ankles. They've got to go back out there and play.
No gain on the screen there at 2nd down. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10.
57's the mic. Watch 57. Let's go.
2nd and 10. And that'll be incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
Hey, Haywood.
51's the mic. 51's the mic. You run. Mike 51. Mike 51. Right here.
And the blitz does come. Under pressure here, and down he goes. Sacked back at about the 43-yard line.
Well, there's no doubt in my mind that he dreamed of this. How about this for your debut? 2nd sack in the opener.
Yeah, it's great to get 1. That's memorable. 2? Hello.
Now, he dreamed about it. He thought about it. Did he ever expect it to happen? Probably not.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Ben Gideon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18.
Let's get there.
They give to Johnson going right. And he's going to be taken down shy of the 5-yard line. Call it a 3-yard gain, but they'll be forced into a 3rd and 15 coming up. A tight game like this, such a tough spot for the offense to be in. Even though they have the lead, Charles, back up so close to their goal line, they got to protect the football.
And that's when you have to take care of your team with play calling as well. Not a lot of misdirection, not a lot of counters, not a lot of plays where you have extra ball handling. Get it right to the hands of your running back, tell them to take care of the ball, and try and move forward.
Hey, 70. Alert. Hey, team 6. Team 6.
From his own goal line, Stafford. Going up top. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Here comes the Lions punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And taken right at the 35. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Vikings will take over here, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Ready.
They start the drive with Cook. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Credit the tackle that time to Deshaun Hand.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Bravo.
Check Mike 57. Mike 57.
I'm here all day.
To throw on 2nd down. Herbert. That one into the hands of Thielen, complete. Give him 18 there and give the Vikings a 1st down.
18. And the Vikings, 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
Here we go.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive.
51, Mike. Mike 51. Right here, guys. Fight 51. Mike 51. Hey, let's get this. Get this.
Hey, do.
51. Tackle.
Throwing on 1st down. Herbert now in desperation. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own 20-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. And this game not quite over yet. And we'll likely see him take all 3 timeouts defensively. So the Red Sea parts, and there he goes. And all the way down to the 37. A big run there by Johnson. 43 yards on the ground. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10.
22.
Johnson. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That good for 19 and a 1st down. Now the Vikings will use the 2nd of their timeouts, as it'll come with an even 90 seconds remaining on the clock. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. Stafford. Back of the end zone. Could he get his feet down? No, it's incomplete.
Once you get into the red zone and the safeties have less ground to cover, you'd better be quick with your delivery. Not much space to get a ball in there.
Yeah, when that field shrinks with those safeties, it's almost like there's a couple extra defenders out there, right?
It certainly is. They end up taking up extra space just because there's not enough space for receivers to run through.
Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike.
Smooth.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the out.
Hey.
Throwing here, Stafford. That is caught at the 7. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
But they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
They'll try and run. This is Johnson. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
The line of scrimmage, the 7 now on 2nd and goal.
Hey, exit.
Now Stafford. That's complete right around the 8. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 27 seconds showing on the clock. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal. Stafford now to throw. Now, and he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
A field goal would make it a 2-score game, but they're going to go aggressive. They're going to try this thing on 4th and goal. Stafford. And that will be caught, but out of the end zone, says the field judge. It's ruled incomplete. So this one's over. It's a win for the Detroit Lions. And with that, our journey begins, Charles. Week 1 in the books. Going to be a great season.
Oh, man, so much to look forward to. Isn't it nice to get a really good game right out of the gate? Preseason behind us. All these games count now, don't they?
Yeah, this is the exciting time with just 1 week gone and plenty of weeks to come. So for the Lions, not much to complain about here. They come in and steal a victory in a tough place to play on a Sunday night. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Minnesota, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they will try to get back in the swing of things next week on the road. I'm Brandon Gaudin. Certainly have to thank Charles Davis, my broadcast partner, and our entire crew. We'll catch you next time right here. It's the NFL on EA Sports.